Welcome back, everybody, to the show known around the world from the parts unknown. The Clem and Claw Show back again every second and fourth Mondays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Central Time. Stop there. No need to Pacific Time. They know what time they have to show up. With that being said, not much happening. Actually, not much happening in the news. A few things happening, but nothing big. So nothing big yet. With that being said, I hand it over to my co-host. What you saying, boss?
Hey, greetings. I like to give a salute, greetings out to those that's watching us on Twitter. Got a note that on the 24th of this month, Periscope, and March 31st, they stopped allowing new accounts to be created on Periscope,
Okay.
but you could still create events and still stream events, and your Periscope group can still watch it. Which is
Okay.
a majority of our folks. But
Correct.
now you have to do it now directly through Twitter. So,
Okay.
so we're doing that right now. And Sweet Fights reached out and liked it, so liked the tweet. So obviously that part of it is working. So
Speaking of sweet facts, we'll get to him in a minute. There's quite a few things actually. Your girl Reagan has came out on Twitter. If you saw that post, I think a few days ago, she came out and said that she's going to announce a fight on October 1st. So make of that what you want, but that's what she has said.
mm. I know that I had seen some stuff floating out, but it may have been just an accidental release too early. So if it's the same one that I have, then I already know who's competing.
I
And
think you probably know better than me. I just saw a tweet out there one time, and I'm just
yeah,
bringing it up.
I had saw a post out there about a fight, and and then and there's one of the talent that I've been working with. One of the girls, if it's the same one of the girls I've been working with, trying to get her into business, would
Ah,
be doing a fight shoot with Reagan. So in a way, it's kind of like I was hoping we can get her down this path, but she ends up getting there in a different way. But it still works out. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It should definitely be jumping into the frying pan. So
as you always
we'll
say,
see.
man, jump into the fire, people. It's the only way you learn.
Yeah. So depending, like I said, on October 1st, depending on what date the actual shoot is, we'll try to see again if we could get that talent to come on and
We'll
talk
see.
about it.
We'll see about that. Other than that, not much in the way of news. For people who don't know, Mexican Cat Fight has just put out his release on Clips for Sale, the light version of the fight that happened a week ago, people. So if you haven't know what we're talking about, Colombia versus Santana. I'm not giving anything. There's some stuff that's been happening on Twitter. I'll leave it at that. By the video, people, see who won. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know if I'm going to or not. We'll see. I might skip this one, but who knows?
I know there's been a lot of chatter
Oh yeah, big time.
about this. I
Yeah.
can't think of another fight. I'm trying to think since we've started the show. I can't think of another fight that has driven this much traffic on Twitter
Yes.
from before the fight, after the fight,
It's still going.
reactions to the fight. And I don't. I mean, I'm just curiosity of how this is like. This is a case study of how all of this come about. At least for in the case of Rodolfo, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Rodolfo.
Rodolfo. The thing that I like for at least for him, it is going to be a continual thing of getting him out there, getting him. It's just driving traffic, and
100.
then especially for someone new, someone fresh into the game of producing.
Correct.
That you can't help that. Any publicity you get is good publicity. So,
Correct.
like I said, I know he sent us an interview after what was his first production, and we
Yeah.
never did get to air it. I just
Yeah.
got lost in. I know in movement. I know I was switching, swapping
Right,
uh, laptops and computers and
right, right,
hard
right,
drives, so I lost it.
right.
So,
It
uh,
happens.
but yeah, um, but it'd be interesting to see how what his takes on that. Wasn't Sarah Brooks? Oh, that was with Sweet Fights, right?
We'll get into that one. You bring it up. Go ahead and bring it up. Go ahead. You can bring it up
Uh,
now.
I just know she's fighting Laura.
Correct,
Laura,
Mundo. And
yeah,
from what I've
and
been told, according to what Laura put on her thing, somewhere around October, the middle of October. I don't know the date yet, but it's
okay.
definitely going to be mid October. Even he himself said the fight's going to be out in late October. This is what he said on his thing. So this fight's going to happen for sure. It's definitely going to happen. Uh, we getting what we want, number one versus number two in our rankings. So we'll see what happens there
Hmm.
between them. Other stuff that's happening for people who haven't been paying attention to Adam's post about Lyric retirement, because a lot of people should know it by now, right? It's been out there for about a week, week and a half. So basically, our friend Adam put out a poll of people who Lyric should fight. Me and Kaiser, we agree on who she should be fighting, but that's up to her to fight Lyric, because we know Lyric is not afraid of nobody. So we all feel like Miss Juliet should fight her, but it's up to Miss Juliet to make that happen. Very much. If she has no incentive, if she wants to make a mark in the game, you got to fight the best. No disrespect to who she wants to fight, but if you want to make an impact, you have to fight the best and beat the best. That's how you're gonna get the respect of most of us, right? If you beat someone who we all know you're gonna beat, no disrespect to her, you know who we're talking about here. We expect it to you beat her, so we'll see what happens. But we shall see. We all want her, but it looked like when we saw that poll, it looked like looked like Kira won the poll like 38%. Then I think Sarah was 38%.
Really?
Yes, really. Yeah. Sarah was second like 25, and then Alexa Brooke was 21, and the other was like 12%.
Okay.
I'm with you. I was shocked when I saw that number.
Kira?
Yes. I don't know. People want to see Kara fight Lyric. I don't know.
Um,
I feel another way. I feel like that's yeah. I feel one way, but
I'm like this. If there was ever any doubt if whether she still got it, not Kira. We're talking about Kira.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thi- like if you can't respond to that, you can hang it up. You can hang it. You can legitly hang it up. It's like these things are not the same anymore. You can legitly, you can legitly hang it up. It's
I
like
agree.
you're not who you was.
If you get bring your A game against Lyric, retire. Like you said, retire. Sorry, retire.
Or at least from competitive catfighting, you can do session
Yeah, yeah,
wrestling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about competitive cat fighting. You're right. Right. You can
Yeah,
anybody. You could definitely do session wrestling. Clearly, session wrestling is making good income for a lot of ladies in this industry.
it's making a lot of good income. I know for me, session wrestling is not. It's like if any of the ladies in claws, if they want to do it, uh, I would not hold them back from doing it. A
Hmm.
matter of fact, I would help them. Like, look, here's the match. But as far as recruiting talent, recruiting guys, and all of that, I just don't know that realm
Mm,
um, well enough to do it.
yep.
Um, and just because I have no interest in it,
Gotcha.
um, so because I have no interest in it, it's like I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, where would they even find? Which I'm willing to have a conversation with, like any talent, like national talent or whatever, that give me some tricks to the trade. Like, how do you go about finding talent to do this? And yeah.
Right.
So I mean, we've all heard horror stories, but folks acting crazy on the shoot. But on the flip side, there's been wonderful guys, like Hans or whatever, and that there's a network of folks. That's probably how I would start. Just call somebody like Hans, or hey, give me a list of guys that that, and that would be real. That would give a good match and would give great feedback. Because I think for the girls, they want to be appreciated for doing what they do, and guys that would take well appreciate the fact that the ladies are taking their time out to do this, and give
Mhm.
great constructive criticism and feedback how they can get better and stuff like that, and what they can do, So I'm sure that there's a network out there. There's a network.
Yeah.
Um, I can understand from talent side, from the lady side. It's kind of like everybody having their own little black book per se.
Right.
I can understand where there would be some hesitation to where, well, I don't want him spending money on her because if he spend money on her, then that's less money I get. Like the stripper code or whatever. Sex worker code.
Right.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure, but it's one of those things. I'm like anything that would bring more people into the profession, or at least or down to the dungeon, the basement where we are, and the totem pole. Kind of like how I look at LFC. When I look at LFC, it's like eh, I don't want to call it the retirement tour.
It is a
Um,
retirement. Dude, don't be nice. It's a retirement tour. Call it
no,
as
no.
such.
Well, I don't want to say it's the retirement. It's almost like the Halicon of the All Star. It's like a travel. It's like the Globetrotters. The
Mm.
Globetrotters. I put it that way. It's like the Globetrotters for
Yeah.
this very reason. If the Globetrotters had to seriously play basketball, like legitly straight up, like they used to do back in the day,
Yep.
like they used to play, whoever was the NBA champion got
Yep.
to play against the Harlem Globetrotters. And for
Yep.
years, the Harlem Globetrotters would straight up beat them.
Yep.
You know, like
Yep.
don't get it twisted. But it's just they go and do all the tricks and stuff like that.
Right.
Harlem Globetrotters could legitly play basketball and beat the brakes off of folks. So that's why I kind of look at it. It's like from an entertainment form, and then it's exposing, and an exposure for the industry.
Hmm.
Now it may not be our cup of tea, and we may be like, this is a little hokey, but it's kind of like how you have the WWE and NAGA. We
Yeah.
may be more like a NAGA further down in on the deep end, but at least this gives exposure. And for some of these ladies, I can't say they never got their time in the sun, but at least not on this mass market appeal. You know, this would
Right.
be our Avengers, for lack of a better term, ripping and running around, getting to do this. Um, so I mean, this is the closest thing, and to be honest, for a lot of them, this would be their glow, for lack of a better term. Unless you want to
Right.
go all the way back with like an April Hunter or Hollywood, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is essentially
Yeah.
their
Which used to
glow.
be. That's it. You brought out a beautiful ladies of wrestling for people who don't know what Glow is. That was a big time show back in the
Gorgeous
what 80s.
ladies. Yeah,
Yeah,
gorgeous
gorgeous
ladies.
ladies. Which one was it? The 80s or the 90s? Or
Ooh, they
covered
had,
like
and then they had a resurgence, later on, and
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so this is essentially that. This is essentially their version of that. If
yep,
you really look, but I will argue it's just a tad more competitive.
yeah.
Um, a
I
tad
agree with
more
you.
because in the nature of MMA, you can't really fake. Either you get in that fight or you don't. You know,
Exactly. MMA is
and
not a
you kind
no.
of,
MMA is not fighting. Like I said, it's not fake. You get in there and do it, or you don't. That's it.
well, you don't. You get booed.
Yep,
Excuse me, Jesus,
yeah.
Jesus.
Also, I guess to further move on to the subject, I actually put out a poll myself. Of I put out actually two separate polls. I think everybody has seen it by now. I
I
was
haven't.
okay. I was asking which cat fights you want to see in 2022. I'm thinking about next year because this year, as you said, is over. I don't see many cat fights happening from now to what you say December, like you said. I just don't see it.
Once we get
We're getting there.
Thanksgiving week,
We're getting there already. In about
yeah,
4 days, it'll be October, man. The only cat fights we've seen so far is what's his name? We've seen the only ones that have been somewhat announced. Reagan will wait on that one. We know Sweet Fights has his, but other than that, I haven't heard anything. Sweet Fights for sure is his.
yeah, I'm still holding out hope to try to produce one before the
I hope you do get one. Seriously.
I'm
That
just
your child, your golden child, she needs a match, man. I know she's patient and all that stuff, but there's only so much time you can be. patient for so long before you blow.
Right.
Seriously, man. Because like you said, for people who don't know, we're trying to get one of his fighters, Amethyst Stone, trying to get her a cat fight. We've been trying to get this girl a cat fight for like it feels like 2.5 years. Forget a year and a half. It feels like 2.5 years. This has been going for.
Yeah, about almost a solid 13 months now. So
Right. So yeah. So yeah. Solid 13 months. So I hope this girl gets a fight soon, but so many people keep pulling out. We think we have one, they pull out. They have cold feet or they have the excuse of the month or something. Or if it's
yeah,
personal
I
stuff
mean,
happens, it
some
happens.
stuff is just life too,
Yeah,
and
life is
COVID
life.
has definitely not helped. I think if COVID
No.
wasn't still running rampant,
Uh-huh.
I think we would have definitely had one. She probably would have had two or three by now, but because of
Right.
COVID has kind of slowed down some stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so
Yeah. But anyways, I had a poll out. I think I have two different polls. One of them, one fight I know that's not gonna happen, and we all wanted it to happen, but it's according to Tilly, it's not happening at all, which is Alexa Brooke and Brooke Gilly. It's not happening at all. That fight
mm,
was supposed to happen, but anytime soon next year, it's not happening at all. She came on one of my polls, the first poll I put out, and she pretty much said that fight is not happening. So hate to tell people, but that fight is not happening. And it's looking more and more likely that Lyric versus Sexy Wife won't happen either. More and more likely. It's getting worse, not better. Hate to tell people, but this is
mhm.
what Adam said. And I even asked Chris if we're going to see Sexy Wife do any cap fights in 2020, 2022. It's still up in the air, so we don't know. I know she had some kind of injury going on that's non-combat related. I can't say too much on it, but it's not looking great. Let's leave it at that. It's not looking great. That fight might not happen either. If Lyric goes through this retirement like she said she's going to, that fight's definitely not going to happen. I did put out Sarah Brooke versus Sexy Wife to see if that happens. There's a few others in here. One of them I know it's not going to happen. We'll see. We'll see how these polls turn out. I think I have like 2 or 3 days left on it. So people go look at it, comment. I'm not voting on it. I'm just looking at people's things, and then once in a while
Yeah,
I'll
you
comment.
voting on your own poll. That was it.
That defeats the whole purpose of the
Right,
poll, right?
right.
That defeats the whole purpose of the poll. I can't vote on my own thing, and I'm not going to. So look that up if you want to. Uh, Other than that, not much to be seen. Said, oh, Lil Rampage. Actually, Lil Rampage had a post out. She said, "Who did she want to fight?" I guess she's trying to recover from her little injury. I guess she has. So
Mhm.
I guess that little rematch, the fight we wanted to see between Gia Love and Lil Rampage, has a chance to happen because they're talking. Those two, they're
Okay.
talking because as we all know, they had a wrestling match early prior to that. And we all know that Lil Rampage was in a serious car accident. A lot of people know about this,
Right.
and it looks like she has recovered. And Gia's like looking. She is like, yes, if you sponsor it correctly, if you market it correctly, people will buy it. Me and Blake said it. We will buy it. The fans will buy it because, as Claude said, we are starving for something, anything, right
Mhm.
now. We are in a real dry period.
Yeah,
We're looking for
it's
anything.
triple job.
I don't care if it's Lil Rampage versus GL Love. I don't care. I'll take it. We just start somewhere, right? And like you said, COVID is killing the game, literally,
Yeah.
literally killing the game. Right? We'll take anything. So if that happens, let's see what happens.
Mhm.
They might have to they might have to charge a little bit more, but I'm sure the fans will probably do it because we're looking for anything and everything at the moment. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned on that. We'll see what becomes of that between those two. Uh, let's see who else. Anything else? I'm trying to add. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, You remember 2 weeks ago we were talking about our poll and how everything. I kind of changed mine up now a little bit.
Who?
The poll that we had out us, our little top 8 thing. I changed it up.
Oh, okay.
I changed it up a little bit. I've had some time to think about what you said earlier and what I said. It's a little bit of a change, right? It's a
Okay.
little bit of a change. It's not that much of a change.
Mhm.
I think we Yeah, it's a little bit of it's a little bit of a change between 7 and 8, but that's it. I think the first six is still the same, right? I think we had Sarah, we had Laura, sexy. Sorry, no, lyric, sexy wife. Who was and Reagan was 5. 6. I'm trying to remember who was 6. Cause I'm trying to remember. Was it Alexa Brooke or Queen or Gia Love? Which one of those two was it?
It was Gia.
So Gia was 6.
Yeah.
7 was 7. I'm going to go ahead and put Kim Chi in there now. Why not? I ain't got nothing else to do, so I'm going ahead and put
Right.
her in there. She's 7 and
Right.
8. I had Santana at 8, but I'm going to go ahead and put Alexa in there for now. Actually, take it back. I'll put Santana in there, but I got to figure out what her last fight. I got to see what her last fight is first before I jump anything.
Right.
Because, like I said, I haven't seen it yet. Right? I know a lot of people have seen it. I have not seen it. But for now, let's put Santana at 8. The number could
Right.
change, right? But for now, let's put her at 8. Alexa is definitely 9. I got to put her in honorable mention. She's the first person I could think of, so I got to put her in
Right.
there. And then your girl, Go Juliet. I guess I'll put her at 10. She could be the second one.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them follow. So pretty much right now, here's what my order looks like. I got Sarah, I got Laura, I got lyrics, sexy wife, uh, what's the name? Reagan, and then we got Gia, and then we got Kim Chi, and we got Santana. Valor, I'm gonna put you in there. I'm gonna put you in honorable mention for now. You're probably in like the first one or two on the list for now.
Valor to me comes back. Valor going back on the
Oh,
list.
yeah, she goes back. She's going back, but for
Right.
now,
It
we gotta
just like I
keep
would
it
have
out
liked
for a
to
while.
see Valor and Little Rampage. I think
Yes,
that would be a good match.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Heck, right now Valor versus anybody would be
Valor versus Sexy Wife would be a great fight.
Valor versus literally Valor versus anybody would be a
Be
good
a
fight.
great fight.
That'd be a
Yes.
great fight. It literally wouldn't. Even Valor and Gia rematch would be
Oh yeah, we'll take
Valor
that.
versus anybody right now on the list would be a great match.
Exactly. Sexy Wife against anybody would be a great fight too. Depends on who she's fighting.
Yeah, it depends on, but I truly think Valor versus any Valor, knock
Take
on
it
wood,
back.
kind of, and I want to say from the standpoint of again, I don't condone the acts, but as far as the ferocity and the style, just
Yep.
remind me of one of my favorite wrestlers of all time growing up, which was Chris Benoit. You
Yep.
knew your work was cut out when you saw your
Chris
her,
Benoit.
Chris Benoit's name out there. You're like, Lord, you knew you were gonna work today. Yeah, so that's the thing about Valor. Valor has that same tenacity where it's like Valor shows up. You already know it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. If you win, it's gonna be Pyrrhic. Um, if you lose, it's going to be you gonna get a workout. Like it's not gonna be the walk in the park.
No, no, no.
It's not gonna,
No, 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 no.
it would be like, my God, this may be foreign to some people. If you've ever had to go out and hang dry your laundry and you
Oh,
got
okay.
little bitty birds
Oh, yeah,
that will
yes,
fall
yes,
from the trees and get in your
yes,
clothes, and you had to try to take the birds off your
yep,
clothes, not tear up your clothes and not tear up your fingers either.
right.
Again, that's valor.
Wow. That is an interesting analogy if I've heard of it. Love it,
Oh,
man.
so
Love it.
that's valor. That's valor right there.
She's like, if we had a list of top cat fighters that we like to see in action, she's definitely like one or two on the list. Her and Sexy Wife for sure. Those two,
Valor, I just enjoy
me too.
watching her compete.
Me too.
I can't say that about everybody. Like
Facts.
certain styles make fights, and they do,
Mm,
but there's very few people I can truly say I enjoy watching them compete. Valor's one of them. I can
facts.
truly say that. I enjoy watching her compete.
Me too. It's beautiful. It's like when she's on the mat, it's like art. It's just great. It's just good to look. You know how you when you have a painting in your mind, you have a painting in your mind how you want it to look. Sometimes
Yes,
when people have paintings, it don't look great. Her, different story.
yes.
Her, a different story.
It's an art. It's art. it's almost like
Beautiful art.
the craftsmanship, like of how she do it and what she do, and it's like sexy wife to me kind of has that. But you remember that one day when she said, "Well, I don't practice at this." Like what? Like how do
What?
you come? Well, that's like Basquiat just getting some paintbrush and just throwing it against the wall and say, "Okay, it's a Pollock." That's my inspiration of Pollock. Whatever. That's
I agree with you. Right?
yeah, so,
Definitely. Right? I don't believe
yeah,
her when she said that. Sorry.
yeah. All
Sorry, a
right.
sexy wife. No, no, we can't believe you on that. You have to work, man. Come on now. Skills get acquired over time. You just don't wake up and say, nah.
There's something to having that raw talent to where you just
Yeah.
figure it out on the fly, and you have some great ones that's like that. But it's just that for like that, it's like, I, then you're not a mere mortal. That's just like the first time we found out Biggie and Jay Z didn't write down their lyrics. They're just
Yeah.
you have some people that's a savant in that, and so
Facts.
for six wife, that is the case. Then, um, until she prove otherwise,
But then,
I wouldn't.
yeah. But like you said, it's kind of hard to judge her, right? It's not her fault. It's her opponents right now, right? She's so much better than her opponents, at least when she fought. We need to see how she does against someone that's on her level or above her level. That's the thing.
Right,
That's what we need to see. But
right.
it's not really. What do you always say? You fight who's in front of you, right? It's not you. You don't make the matches. It's who you fight in front of you when it
Yeah,
comes to
that
schedules
kind
and
of goes
everything.
to the whole Milo. That goes back to when we first had Milo on our initial list, and people gave
Fire
us
start.
grief,
There's a reason.
gave us grief for that.
Oh, they sure did.
We caught grief for it. They're like, I see even in the list. It's like, look, you
Look,
know. Now,
yeah.
granted, compared to other ladies on the list where she fought. Now, that being said, next month will be our quote unquote anniversary month because I
Oh
think
yeah,
the
that's
first
right.
show we did was that not in October.
Yes, it was in October.
It was in October. So
I'm for sure it's October.
yeah, so that would be interesting. I don't know if we have a part. This almost make you want to do like one of the best of. Just go through
Yeah,
all the see what
we might as
great
well.
interviews or whatever, or our favorite episodes or favorite moments on the show. Some of our
Yeah,
favorite moments we were sidebar incidents. We might never say
yeah.
that.
I don't know if these people are ready for the sidebars.
No, they're not ready
They
for the
nah, they're not ready for that.
Nah,
Nah, nah,
they're
nah.
ready for
People, we can't talk too much about the sidebar. That's just that's personal business.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, that's too
I don't think
hard.
y'all ready for all that.
No, they're not ready for the sidebars. But
But
um,
yeah,
yeah, but other than that, I'm good. I'm good for the night and
I agree
everything.
with you. I agree with you. With that being said, we ain't got much to talk about. If we have anything to talk about, people, it'll be on the next show, which is October 11th, which is my birthday. How ironic. anyways, anyways, I spend my birthday with you, my people. I
Yes,
spend my birthday with you guys because, hey, even on birthdays, we all have to work, people. No, no days off, man. No days off in this.
uh, you
I
need
do.
some days off.
I do need some days off, but you know what? No days off when
I'm,
it comes to this. We gotta give you
I'm
the
looking
people what you
here
want.
at this. So we get into the end of the third quarter.
And my
Uh,
Cowboys is killing the Eagles.
yeah, it just it's been a good game for that
Oh,
and forever.
oh, we came to play today, man. It's our home
Mhm.
opener. We came to play. And when you have Hall of Famers who got their rings too, you better bring your A game. We have three of them who got honored. So my people
Who?
balling today. Jimmy
Oh, did they
Johnson.
do? Oh, they found. Did they do Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor today?
I don't know if they've done it, but they're getting close. I saw him at halftime, so I don't know what to
Okay,
read of that. I know Drew
okay,
Pearson got his. He's got his.
okay.
I think they got the Hall of Fame rings. The Ring of Honor is coming. I don't know when, but it's
Right,
coming.
because I know they, because it was like, dude, you got to get that. It's like,
Yeah, the Ring of
j-
Honor is coming. They just haven't decided which home game it is,
like
but it's
how?
coming. It's
Right,
coming this year somewhere.
right, because it's a how. You had to bury that hatchet, man. You had to bury that hatchet. It's like
I'm glad he finally came out and said it was my dang fault. Yes, Jerry Jones, it's your fault. He should have done this
it's
a
your
long
fault.
time ago.
This
Your
should
whole
have been
fault.
done a long time. Thankfully, he's still alive to see it.
That's the good news. He's alive to
Yeah.
see. So
Or
yeah,
at least knock on wood right now. At least alive enough to know that it's going to happen. And just like yeah, because see them old farts, given from where they came from, sharing the dorm room in Arkansas to now,
Yep.
that's a long journey, Doc. That's a long trip. That's a
Yeah,
long trip.
yes, fans. If we have any more catfight news, which right now if we have anything, we'll keep you updated, people. That's all we can
Yeah,
say because it's
yeah.
not
Because
much.
once we get past October,
It's dead season.
November, yeah, November is gonna be unless you
Difficult.
got some newbies. November and maybe December, and that be it.
Yeah, November's Thanksgiving. Is people are getting prepared for Thanksgiving, so that's
Wow,
difficult.
people
And
just
then
not.
and then December is Christmas. Need we say more? Christmas is Christmas is harder than Thanksgiving. People don't understand. Christmas
Right.
is harder.
Um,
Actually, no, which is harder? Actually, they're both equally hard. Actually, because like you said, people are with their families, and about like you said, after about 4 or 5 days, you're tired of them. 4 or 5 days, I'm done with you.
right. All right, I gotta do
That's
something
how
else.
things go, man. But anyways, uh, we might have, like I said, there'll be some announcements coming in, but just stay tuned to the show. With that being said, like I said, again, for people, second and fourth Mondays, again, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, 8:30 Central time, 6:30 on the West Coast. So that's that. The next show, like I said again, will be October 11th. That's Monday, October 11th. Hopefully, we'll have a cat fight to talk about. We'll see. Or if not, we'll just bring, like the man said, our anniversary series. Think like
Right.
October is our anniversary series. So we gotta give you something. And hopefully, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and talk about it. Oh, I just remember one thing. You remember the post that one of our fans put a post on Twitter saying what was a cat fight, and you responded to it. You want to talk about that because you responded to it.
Um.
What was that?
Again, that
That was
one goes back into the whole. Back to like I said, dealing with Mexican catfights. So awesome catfights. I'm not sure
awesome
what
cat fight. Go
name.
ahead.
Awesome catfights.
Let's go there.
Um. Yeah, with the whole thing of like what catfight and just it's just and folks dragging out Webster definitions and stuff. It's like
You're right. They are dragging out Webster's
you
dictionary.
can drag out Webster, you can drag out stuff from Ladies' Home Journal. I don't care.
Urban
It,
Dictionary. Don't matter.
it's essentially you have you have to have at least five of them. You got to have the hair pulling,
Yep.
breast attacks, crotch attacks,
Yep.
um, because you can have a cat fight and not have ripping the clothes. Even
Exactly.
though I think ripping the clothes was probably more archaic
It is.
version of it, but I would think that definition is involved. You got to have breast attacks, got to have crotch attacks, got to have hair pulling. Um, you have to have open hand slaps and
Yep.
kicking from a standing position. Those are the five
Agree.
things. I
Agree.
know the body punching is where it's kind of the
Gray area.
me. It's a gray area from. If it's a I call it real life fight, a fight where it's like, look, we're about to throw down, and this ain't like we're trying to sanction it for money or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Then I can see where body punches get thrown.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, and just but body punches is kind of like one of those things that if you don't know what you're doing, and then of course you got some folks that want to argue holes and scissors and locks. It's the Ronda Rousey effect. I've seen so many girls now trying to do arm bars
Yep.
just because they've seen it on TV, and
Yep.
most of them can't even do it right, or God
Correct.
forbid, a rear naked choke
Yep.
because
I've
they've
seen that
seen it
too.
on TV. But most of them can't do it right. So
Correct.
it's like, yeah. So
I agree. I see too many people trying to do, like you said, arm bars, rear naked chokes, guillotine chokes, all that. Like you said, most of them you're not doing it right, or you haven't been trained correctly to do them.
yeah,
Professionals at work, man. Professionals have been trained and they've been doing it for years upon years and days upon days and hours upon hours of this stuff. This is what they do. This is what they're getting paid to do, right?
yeah.
MMA stuff, wrestling stuff, all that. Anyways, social time. My socials are interesting. My Facebook, I got a different Facebook, but I'm on Facebook. It don't matter. Type in my name, I'm in there. That's all you need to know. Instagram, it's still CLEMAKUFO 3000. Twitter it's just Clem underscore AK UFO or just Clem Okufo. Sorry, Clem Okufo. That's it on Twitter. Those are the three I'm rocking with right now.
Um, for me, I'm gonna type by then on this.
Hmm.
Um, for me, you can get me on Claus Web on Twitter and IG. That's what I got so far. I still have Instagram for another week. Picking up a little bit of traffic and chatter on that, but I legitly can see where y'all scoring another touchdown. Ooh, yeesh. All
34 to
right.
7.
Where I can, I don't know if Instagram gonna make it past the ESC 2022 with the. I don't know. We'll see. Unless a
Gotcha.
revolution happen, I don't see it.
You just gave me
And
a
I'll just have that. And I'll
you get
just have.
yeah, you get about it. With that being said, like I said, for Claus Webb, for myself, Clement Kufo, people, we're out. Have a good night, man.
All right.
From the parts unknown.
Waiting. What's her name? Peace.